Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. My name is Amy and this is gonna be a reading vlog. I'm so excited to finally get to the guest list by Lucy Foley. I have just finished up reading pretty much all my books that I wanted to read for the month of June for Pride Month. I finished a lot of male romances. I could keep going because a lot of the, well, I say a lot, probably like 4 or 5 of the male romances I read this month are series, or the first book in a series, and I loved all of them, so I'm very anxious to get to the rest of the series. But anyway, yes, even though I want to continue with my male romances, I'm really like, I thought I would get tired of it, but I'm not. I want to keep going, especially in the series. And the last one I read, you'll hear more about it in my wrap up, but it left a good little cliffhanger there, and I'm like really anxious to get to the next book. But anyway, we're gonna put that to the side and we're gonna start the guest list. It is Thursday. I had planned anyway on reading the book this weekend, if not starting it today, definitely starting it like tomorrow or Saturday, because I think it's going to be a super rainy and kind of gloomy weekend. It's very gloomy out today, and I just got like a warning I was listening to the radio as I was working, and I just got a warning about how thunderstorms are going to be coming to my area, so that's super fun. But anyway, perfect time to read the guest list. I'm super excited. I've heard nothing but good things. I'm ready to see what I feel about it. And Debbie and I were just talking about it like last night, and she's anxious to see how I feel about it because she's already read it and she loved it. And usually we're about on the same page. Sometimes we feel a little different, but we're not very far from each other. So I'm very, very excited. So what I think I'm gonna do now is go fix me a little snack. It's about 2:30. I'm gonna break a little bit from work, have me a little bit of popcorn, and start the guest list. This is like the best popcorn ever. You can get it from QVC. It comes in like a 30-day supply, so like 30 bags for I believe like 30 bucks. We put it on auto delivery, but this is the movie theater one, and both Michael and I do prefer the extreme butter one, so that's coming for us next. But we pretty much eat this like every day as our snack. I'll pop it and I'll eat about half, and then he comes home and he finishes it all. Every now and then I allow myself the whole bag, but I try to restrain from eating the whole bag. Also get the Former John seasoning for the popcorn. This is the white cheddar. This is my favorite. I also have regular cheddar, and it came in a pack of 3, and the third one is movie theater butter and salt, or sea salt or something like that, but it's way too salty, especially if you already have, or if you're already using like a salted buttered popcorn already. I don't recommend that one at all. So that one's just kind of sitting in the cabinet, but we love the cheddar one. So we have the white cheddar and then the regular cheddar, but the white is my favorite. They also have like garlic parmesan, ranch. So I think that's gonna be like my next little package that I get. I can do this with one hand. So I put in like half the bag, about half. It's about half. And then I have to do this with my right hand. Oh, I'm gonna go to the sprinkle side, Amy. Okay, and then let me sprinkle it on. I kind of give it a couple puffs, like I squeeze the bottle, because it doesn't like sprinkle out very well. Load it up. It's good stuff, y'all. Give a little shake, and then you do the rest of the bag. There we go. Bella gets a snack too. Give me a second. It takes her a little bit. Perfect. All right, let's read. So I am exactly 50 pages in. It doesn't really have any chapters. It's just the chapters or each person that we're following. So we follow the bride, Jules, of course. It starts off with like the wedding night and where they describe how the lights go out. That's right in the beginning, so no spoiler. I mean, I won't go into detail. I will do some spoilers in here, but I'll post spoilers wherever they're gonna be at. So we hear about when the lights go out, basically, and there nothing really happens, nothing to tell there. And then we go on to the day before, and we're following, I don't know how to say this name, Aof. She's the wedding planner. We're following her. We're following Hannah, who is, it says the +1. So Hannah is the wife of Charlie. Charlie is like the best friend of the bride, which I'm already getting a little suspicious about. I have a feeling there's something there, you know, between the two of them. And then of course Jules, the bride, we follow her. She's very kind of swanky. She owns her own magazine, or she works for a magazine. I'm not really sure exactly. It's called The Download. So I was really interested. And then we get up to Jono, who is the best man. Jono is a friend of Will, who is the groom. Jono's chapter was a little, I kind of lost interest, and I had a wandering eye, just kind of looking around the room like, oh, is this chapter gonna end? And then we get to Olivia, which Olivia is the bridesmaid. She is Jules' half sister. She's like 19 years old. She has, it seems like she might have some issues, some like maybe some mental issues. There may be some other things going on with her I'm not going to mention here, but her chapter got more interesting. And then of course we get back to Jules, the bride, and then I'm really enjoying Hannah's chapter. She's the +1. She's Charlie's wife. Like I said, Charlie is the best man. I mean, not the best man, he is the best friend of the bride, which, like I said, sounds just, I'm very suspicious about that right there. So I am about to read Olivia again, which is Jules' half-sister. And but yeah, I will say, like I said, I'm exactly 50 pages in. I will say it is dragging me a little bit for me. I know we need to get to know the characters. I know we need to get to know the surrounding, the situation. But yeah, it's going a little slow for me right now, but we shall see. I was really into it in the beginning. I really enjoyed reading like that first chapter, like the day of the wedding. So I'm anxious to get to like the good part. As of our weather over here, it has slowed down. It's calm. It's still, you know, kind of like dreary outside, but no rain. But yeah, kind of a perfect weekend to be reading this. I don't know how much further I'm gonna get. I'm gonna keep reading though, like right now, maybe get another 50 pages in. I'm on page like 76, about to go on to page 77. It's getting better. So I forgot to mention earlier that the wedding is at like this, of course it's in the synopsis. It describes it as a remote island off the coast of Ireland. It's some sort of like really spooky island of some sort. And from the description of it so far, it's like a mansion up on like these rocks, this secluded island of rocks. Not necessarily, I guess somewhat like a mansion, I don't know. And there's like a burial ground, and there's like this like chapel that has just been like destroyed basically, but it's still beautiful in its own way. In fact, that's where like the wedding's gonna be. So it's got a very creepy vibe, which I'm really digging. And just now, I just finished reading a little part where, spoiler alert, I guess, maybe, someone's peeking through the window, and it says, the face is pressed against the glass, its features distorted into a hideous gargoyle mask, its teeth bared in a horrible grin. As I continue to stare, unable to look away, it mouths a single word, boo. So I just finished reading Hannah. She's the +1, Charlie's wife. Charlie is really pissing me off, by the way, just, you know, a side note. But yeah, it's really starting to get good. So I'm about to start in on the wedding night. So we're going, it looks like we're going kind of back and forth a little bit. So there's a little bit of a timeline. So we're going back to the night before, and then we're going to the wedding night. So it started off on the wedding night and when there was a scream. And now we're hopping back into the wedding night. We were the night before when Hannah saw this guy in the window, or whatever it is in the window. So now we're about to drop into the wedding night again, and I'm on page like 77. So I'm like flying through this. It's getting much better than the beginning was. I felt like the beginning was a little bit slow, but only 77 pages in, and it's really picking up. What you doing? It's like she wants to be by me, but she don't want to get too close. A sweet girl. Boop. Well, crap. It was just Jules' dad in the window. Now I'm on the day before with Jules, the bride. So the wedding night was just like measly little page, and not even a page and a half. So now I started on Jules, and the first line is that was her dad in the window. I was hoping it would be something creepier than that. Oh well. Moving on. pages in, a little over 100, like 103 or something like that. I'm really liking it. Some of the characters I'm not really down with. I love Hannah. She's Charlie's wife. Charlie, which is Jules' best friend. Jules is the bride. I don't know how I feel about Charlie. Like, he's sort of pissing me off. Because he's kind of giving Hannah the cold shoulder and like giving all his attention to Jules, and I don't like it. I don't think that's right. I like Will. Will is the groom. I like him, but he hasn't really done anything yet. We're not getting any perspective of the story from him yet. I don't know if that's to come, but I like him so far. He is like he has a Survivor show or something like that, so he's semi kind of famous. His group of friends are okay. I don't really care for Johnny or Jono. I don't know, there's something about him, like when it comes to his chapter where he's, you know, giving his perspective of the story, I get bored with it. I feel like something's up with him, but not quite sure what that might be yet. But anyway, all in all, 100 pages in, I'm liking it. We've only got a few pages of what's happening during the wedding night, or like during the wedding or after the wedding. I guess they got married. I guess it's at the reception because it just says night of the wedding. And it's just like a page or so of a description. So spoiler alert, like someone screams right at the beginning. Not really a spoiler, but someone screams right at the beginning. They hear a scream, like a blood curdling type scream, and they're going out to inspect it, basically, is where we're at. But yeah, again, I like it so far. I might read a little bit more later, but I think I'm going to take my bath for the night. And we'll see how tomorrow goes, whether I get any reading done. I have a short work day tomorrow. I only got to put in 4 more hours. And then I just have some stuff around the house that I need to do. So we'll see how tomorrow's reading plans go. And I think it's like, again, I think it's supposed to rain like all weekend. So it's not like I'll be doing anything super fun. Hanging out with this gal right here. Hey. So it is now Sunday. It's like 11:41. I've only read about 57 more pages of the guest list since Thursday. I haven't really actually wanted to pick it up, and I hate saying that because I wanted to love this book. It's not that I'm not liking it. I am, because when I do pick it up and get into it, I'm into it and I'm reading it, and then all of a sudden it gets to a point where I get bored again. So I haven't really been picking it up, although Friday and Saturday were kind of some busy days, so I didn't really have a lot of time to read, and by the time I went to bed I was just too tired. But yeah, just wanted to update y'all. I do plan on trying to get back into it today because I do want to finish it. I am interested in it. I don't want to DNF it or anything like that. That's not where I'm at. I do like it, but it's not something that's making me want to pick it up and keep reading. Like I said, I get interested. I like a couple of the narrators because we're following a good many people, like a handful of people. And like I said, I love Hannah's narration. I love Olivia's narration. I like Jules' narration. I'm not crazy about the wedding planner. She's a little boring to me. Jono's a little boring. And that's really all who we've heard from. I don't know if we're gonna hear from anybody else, but yeah, so I guess I'm kind of at a halfway point. It looks about halfway. Currently, as of the wedding night, something has happened and the ushers are roaming about the island. And as far as like the timeline of going back and explaining everything up to the present, we are on the day of the wedding. And I just finished reading Olivia's little chapter, and her and Hannah have seemed to have gotten close. So she was making her way to go talk to Hannah about something that has happened to her in the past. And so I'm curious to see what that is. Like I said, I like Olivia and I like Hannah's narrations in the story, and I like their little friendship that they're forming. Charlie, Hannah's husband, is still kind of pissing me off. I don't know what's going on with him. I don't trust the groom, Will. He seems, something's not right about him. So yeah, so I'm interested and I want to see where it's going and what happens. And it does get a little creepy, but I mean, nothing like is gonna scare me, but it has a little creepy vibe to it. A lot of people love this book, and I'm not saying I don't. I don't love it, but I do like it. So, but anyway, that's where I'm at. Just wanted to update y'all since it's like Sunday and the weekend's pretty much always almost over. But it's actually a beautiful day. It's been so gloomy these last couple days. Yesterday it was wanting to be a pretty day, but we kept having like some gray clouds come in. But today seems to be a very pretty day. So I'm probably gonna spend the day after lunch outside at the pool, just because I haven't really had a chance to do that yet. This will be like only my second time in the pool, because it has been raining so much and the pool water's just been so cold. But I'm ready to get into it. I'm ready, you know, I'm ready for summer. Even though I'm not really ready for the heat, I'm ready to spend time by my pool. So I think that's what I'm gonna be doing today, sometime after lunch. But until then, I'm gonna try to read a little bit, have some lunch, get myself sunscreened up and go outside, and maybe try to read some in the pool. I have a new little raft kind of thing. It's not necessarily a raft, it's some sort of float. It's like almost like a hammock, a floating hammock. It's got like a net in the center, and then the two ends are you know, you have to blow them up. So I'm gonna get Michael to blow that up for me. I ordered it from Amazon. I'll put a link to it in the description box if you wanna check it out for yourself if you're looking for something. Haven't tried it out yet, so I'll let y'all know after I try it out. But it looks just like something comfortable where I can just chill in the water and read. And that's kind of what I was looking for. I was looking for like some sort of pool, like a chair float or something. But I found this and it looked really cool. So I'll try that out today and let y'all know. All right, I'm gonna try to get back into this book. We are about to be on the wedding planner's narration. I said she kind of bores me, but maybe eventually, every now and then, she does have some interesting things to say, but yeah, I do kind of get bored with her and Jono's narration. I will update y'all later. Hoping for. It's pretty good. I like it. You can hang on it like this for a book. You can float on it like a hammock. I like it. I got it from Amazon. I think it was like $15. I'll put a link to it down below if you want to check it out for yourself. But yeah, it's a win so far. Anyway, we'll see.
NorthAmericanAutoGroup.com or visit us at one of our 4 locations in Baton.
I'm about 100 pages away from finishing the guest list. It's getting a little better. You're starting to get the feel of the characters a little bit more. It's a shame that it took like 200 pages to get there. But I mean, I understand you have to build your characters. I get it. I just wasn't into it. I wasn't connecting to any of the characters, and I don't feel like I still am. But I do really like Hannah. So maybe I have a little connection with her. Her husband is still annoying me. Jono is getting a little bit more interesting, and we're learning some things about Will, the groom. I'm not feeling Jules, the bride. To me, she kind of comes off as I'm better than you kind of thing, kind of vibe, I guess. But overall, it's getting better. I say, as of right now, it's gonna be like a 3-star for me. So I'm a little disappointed that it wasn't as good as I was hoping it would be, but it's still good. It's not a bad read at all. I was just not connecting with any of the characters, and I felt that it was just a little boring for the first 100 or so pages. I was just a little bored with it. At times it would pick up and I would really like it, and then it would get boring again. But things are happening, things are getting interested. I got 100 pages left to go. We haven't like met up to the current time where some of the ushers are out looking for, I'm guessing, some sort of damsel in distress. They heard a scream. You know, lights went out in the beginning of the book, and there was a scream, and since then they have started to go out and look for whoever made the scream. So we haven't caught up to that yet, but we have had the wedding, and an incident has happened, which I thought that was going to be the incident, but it's not. So there's still something left to happen. So yeah, like I said, it is getting better, so we'll see. But as of right now, it's about a 3-star for me. So let's just keep going, see how it goes. I'm impressed. What I read, I'm impressed. Wow, I didn't see that coming at all. Not at all. Spoiler right here. I knew Will was an asshole. I knew there was something about him I didn't like. He was with Jules' sister, Olivia. He was known to her as Steven. So she was going through a rough patch after the breakup of her boyfriend from university. And she got on this dating app and met this guy, older guy. They met like that same night, had sex, met up for I don't even know how long. I don't remember. I remember her telling the story earlier on in the book, but I don't remember how long it went on. But then just learned not too many chapters ago that she had gotten pregnant for him, and apparently she aborted the baby. She actually took him to Jules's launch party for her online magazine or whatever it is, and she left early, and he kind of put her in the cab, but he ended up going back inside and meeting Jules, and the rest is history. They're married now. So when Jules brought him home after they got engaged, and he walked in, and he clearly saw Olivia and knew immediately who she was. And now he's given a speech about how he met Jules. I guess he apparently thinks Olivia's, or knows Olivia's not gonna say anything. Wow. So this entire time, they knew who each other were. So she, oh my gosh, I'm just like blown away. I did not see that coming. I like it. I like it a lot. Okay, let's see what else is gonna happen. This Will character just keeps getting worse and worse. I mean, the plot thickens with him. Like, he's the reason Hannah's sister probably killed herself. Spoiler, I'll put that down there. But yeah, I just found that out. I have about 30 or so pages left to go. See if I can finish this tonight. It's 10:10 currently. But I have to get up super early in the morning, so I don't know. But I'm not tired, so I know I'm probably gonna be able to finish it, but we shall see. So this is going up about half a mark for me. So 3.5 stars so far. We'll see how it ends. See how the plot keeps thickening. I'll let you know.
Oh, the Ning got it. The Ning got it. What's it gonna do? The Ning got it. It's gonna keep the Ning on it. The Ning got it. The Ning got it. The Ning got it. Got it. The Ning got it. It's just gonna let the Ning do that to it? Huh? Gonna let the Ning take advantage of it? Can't believe that. The Ning's kicking his ass.
Hey y'all, so it's a couple days later since I've finished the guest list. It is currently Thursday. I finished the book on Tuesday. Yesterday I had a doctor's appointment. It was just kind of a busy day, but yeah, I am giving this a 3.5, 3.5 stars. I don't usually, there goes my Snapchats again. I don't usually do half stars because I don't know, I just like to round it out, you know, but sometimes you just got to do that half star because it's not quite a 4, but yet it's a little bit better than a 3. So, and that's kind of how this was for me. Like, I did get bored with it, I will say that, and I found it slow in the beginning and then a little throughout the book at some parts, but overall I was really impressed with the author's writing, especially at the end with the way she presented like the mystery to us, everything coming together. The way that she did that and wrote that out and how it all played out was just fantastic. And I did not see it coming at all. Any of those things that they threw out at us, I didn't see any of it coming. I know I gave y'all a couple spoilers throughout this vlog. I just finished editing pretty much everything that I had, so the only tidbits that's got to go up is this one, and the clip that is before this clip when I was last reading it. I was just trying to put in like some montage of me reading, and I caught some clips of Michael and Bella playing, and it's just hilarious. I was dying over here. So I hope y'all enjoyed that. A little piece of what goes on in my house sometimes. But anyway, yes, overall I was super impressed with the ending. I would like to pick up The Hunting Party by Lucy Foley as well, because I heard that was a good read. I read the synopsis and it sounds really good, so I do want to give her like, not saying like giving her another try, but I'd like to continue reading more of her stuff because I really do like her writing. So I'll put my spoiler thing here. Where I left off at, let's see, it's only been a day, but my mind is like, where what all has happened? Yeah, so we found out about Will and Olivia being together. They were together before he met Jules, but still, when he officially met like Jules's family and saw Olivia, he clearly knew who she was, even though they gave each other different names when they hooked up. They clearly knew each other, and it sort of destroyed their relationship in general. Sort of destroyed Olivia, and she was having a hard time with it. She decided to abort the baby that she became pregnant from Will, and I think that destroyed her, and she tried to get in contact with him many a times. He just totally wiped her off, like just ghosted her completely, because after he put her in that car to go back home, he met Jules, and that was it. Jules was, he explains later, you do get his narration later on in the book, so he explains later that him and Jules were on a more, you know, the same level. So he ended up to be, I did like him in the beginning. He ended up to be a total asshole. And Jono was surprising. It all comes like, everything sort of comes back around, you know, it comes around, what goes around comes around kind of thing. I mean, Will did some shit in his past, and in one night it all came back, like to get him, and it got him. I'll just leave it at that. I'm not gonna, even though this is a spoiler, I'm not gonna tell you what happened, but let's just say that he got what was coming to him. So when he was in school, he went to like this elite all-boys school or something. His father was the headmaster of the school, and he got away with a lot. And there was this young boy that sort of clung to Will and his friends, wanted to fit in with them, and they messed with him. They messed with his head. They kind of bullied him in a way, and they would do this thing called Survivor, and they would take random boys out anywhere. They would like blindfold them and tie their hands up or whatever, and leave them excuse me, somewhere to try to free themselves and then find their way back to school. So he did this to this one boy, and it didn't turn out good. The boy ended up dying. And so it's so crazy because the wedding planner, that was her brother. She's been looking for Will over the years, and her husband, oh, I forget his name. It starts with an F. Freddie? I think it's Freddie. I'm pretty sure it's Freddie. But anyway, he was friends with her brother in school. They went to school together, they roomed together, they bunked together or whatever. This hair, y'all, so sorry. And no makeup, I know. But he saw what happened. He saw them take her brother, and he didn't, you know, he didn't see where they took. He was hiding and pretending he was sleeping because he he thought maybe they would come back and get him. So anyway, the wedding planner has been trying to find Will, and she, in a nutshell, she found Will, who he was engaged to, and she set up the whole thing to try to get them to come have their wedding at her, I think it's like a old family home place, and she like gave them like this huge discount that an offer that they couldn't refuse, basically. And so they took it, had the wedding there, and her plan all along was not necessarily to do what she did to him, but was somehow to confront him and let him know who she was, and she knew, and who Freddie was. But also Jono was involved in that little scenario, and Jono has felt terrible about it over the years, and he decides to confront Will. But something else also happens to Jono and Will. Will pretty much backstabs him with this whole Survivor show that he's doing now, because they wanted both Will and Jono, but Will made it to where it looked like they didn't want Jono. And Jono finds out at the wedding that he was supposed to be in the show. Everything like just comes out at that wedding. Like Will just had it coming to him. And then Jules finds out about Olivia when Olivia confronts Will at the wedding. A lot happened at the end, and I was just like gasping like every so often. And I have to just say, and once again, I have to say that it was all very well written, very well done, because I never saw any of that coming. Like, I didn't even know what to expect. When you hear the scream at the beginning of the book, or when they describe the scream at the beginning of the book, I'm thinking it was, you know, a chick. And then later on, I'm thinking that it might have been Olivia, you know, killing herself, because she's tried to do that numerous times. And then Hannah also at the wedding overhears a conversation, I don't remember with who, but she finds out that because Hannah's sister committed suicide, and the reason was because of Will. Will was the guy that she was dating at one point in her life, but she never brought him home or anything like that, but she kind of cut him off, and then like she just sort of went downhill from there, and then she ended up committing suicide. So Hannah finds out at the wedding that was Will, that Hannah's sister was dating. So Will just like, again, Will is just, he had it coming. He just had it coming, man. So that's all I'm gonna say about that. Regardless of how I felt about the beginning of how it being slow and maybe a little bit of boring, it's a great read. It really is. That's why I don't feel like it deserves a 3, but it's not quite a 4 for me. So I have to go with 3.5. But yeah, I know a lot of y'all out there love it. So it's nothing personal. You know, we're all different in our reading taste. I still really liked it. And like I said, I will say it again and again, that ending the author just really did a really good job at just writing it all out, letting it play all out the way it did. I really enjoyed it. All right. So with that being said, I hope y'all enjoyed this vlog. I had fun putting it together. I definitely had fun editing it. I was just like dying laughing, but I will link everything in the description box below. The popcorn I used, the seasoning I used, my Amazon float hammock wrap thing, if you want to check all that out for yourself. Everything will be down below as per usual. All my social medias, Amazon wish list. I'm also going to put my Kindle wish list. I have a Kindle unlimited wish list on my Amazon of books that I, you know, definitely want to read eventually. It's included in my Kindle Unlimited. I'll put that list on there as well if you want to check that out, as well as the book of the month. Referring link if you want to join book of the month and you haven't yet, welcome to use my link. If not, just go over to Book of the Month. It's $9.99 for your first month and then $14.99 after that. Once again, thank y'all so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed the vlog. I hope y'all are all doing well out there, staying safe, and hugs all around as per usual. I love y'all. Thank y'all so much, and I will see y'all in my next video. Bye, y'all.